Welcome, it's SVPod. It's just me and Steve, no dog.
You all right?
Daycare. They go.
Could have come over to my house. We don't have school again.
What are we doing?
I don't. All I thought about last night as I'm trying to think about the pod today and taking my notes is like, we could do 4 hours of just bitching and complaining.
I mean, we could, but
I don't want to do that.
I don't either, because folks in Nashville, folks in Oxford, I mean, there are folks that have it way worse. This area has been complete systemic failure, however.
The whole thing, top to bottom, a lot of pent-up energy.
If you were to weigh in on the things that are most troubling, given the fact that it snowed over a week ago here, is it that?
I don't know. I was so frustrated last night. I got on the treadmill at like 11:30
at night,
freezing. I'm like, I gotta. Everybody's in bed. Where are we at with things? I didn't come to a conclusion. There's still like we're sitting on. Kids are flying out to Disney to meet us Thursday. They're going to be sitting on a 2-week hiatus if we don't go back to school.
Apparently, the issue is that the sidewalk scenarios here are so bad. It's just solid ice that there's nowhere for kids to wait for the bus safely, so there are bus issues.
Yeah, and on top of that, people just thought the snow was going to go away. I don't follow weather. In fact, we could talk about weather in a little bit because it's at the top of the list now because it sucks. But everybody knew it was going to be freezing after. The snow wasn't going to melt.
I told you that. GFS, NAM, Euro, Yuki, all that. I told you on the back end of this, it's going to and that's the problem, is that we had all that sleet and it compacted everything, and then it had a flash freeze, and it hasn't been above 30 cents. So here we are. Hey, DC, great job out of you. You guys are on top of it. Holy shit. Do you have a plow? My God.
Poor workers couldn't even get out of the Camelot the other night.
Entertainers. The ballet.
What a fiasco.
It's so incredibly incompetent. And we're just inconvenienced. I mean, kids, no school, things of that nature. I mean, it's down in Nashville. I mean, that's the one our guy Herbie sending out video from there. My goodness. It's cataclysmic there. Far worse than being inconvenienced.
No power.
No. Still. It has not
I'm just looking for a show of hands with a plow around here.
I don't get it. I went with the boys. We had a big bowling day Saturday. Went bowling, Lucky Strike, had a blast. Slurpees. And then I'm like, you know what? We're close enough down here. Let's go to the car wash. We made the mistake of driving into D.C. You crossed over that Maryland-D.C. line, and it is just, forget it.
You're crazy.
You go cross streets and neighborhoods. It's one lane that has been driven on. There's been no plow.
Like gangs in New York. They're just waiting for you.
With bats.
You think you're coming over here? Good luck getting out.
What do you got in the car? Provisions. I need the lewds. It's just unbelievable. And we're lucky. Our kids are, I mean, I don't want to say it because I don't want the big man, but our kids are in school.
Yeah. Or not.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because they're not going to go Tuesday either.
No.
Fuck it. Just go to Disney. Let's go. Get them put the kids on a plane. They'll be fine. Just read some stuff.
Problem is we're leaving. I'm going to be gone for like a week, and I'm going to come back, and it's going to be the same. Temperatures aren't getting any better.
Going to snow maybe Wednesday also, and maybe
Sweet.
Maybe Friday. Sweet. All righty. Hey, it's Super Bowl week, Steve.
Yeah.
Huh?
Teams are there.
Remember the time we went to Dallas and we had ice and we were supposed to drive back and forth from Fort Worth, Shoutout Sundance Square, and it was which one of the Empire Strikes Back is it?
Empire Strikes Back.
That's the one where it's the da 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 da. Yeah, that was the Dallas one. Well, it's like that here this week, but Super Bowl week, all the great memories of Radio Row and all the stuff that comes with Super Bowl week. Don't miss it.
Yeah, but that specifically last Seahawks Patriots was Scottsdale. That was the longest week of my life.
That was the week that the big man was introduced to the Phoenix Open, and it got late early. And
I want to say we kicked off the week, you and I going to see the Wiz against the Suns on Monday or Tuesday night.
We did, and that's when we tried to get the talking stick to extend us credit for some gaming, and they said, we don't do that.
And then you discovered there was ice cream.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Have you guys fixed that yet? Have you figured out how to give people a marker so they could lose it?
Especially this, right? Waste management's this week.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is this week.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Thunderbirds. Hope you all have a good week. Hope the weather's good. Scotty's playing. That means he'll win, so everybody else can just go home. I saw Kyle Brandt on Good Morning Football. He has the quintessential definitive word on this week. It's a perfect bit. It's about the four things that are said in the conversation with the people you see, who you know only because we're in the same business. It's a great bit. I'm paraphrasing again. I'm not stealing Kyle's bit. I'm giving credit. It's the four things you ask is, when'd you get in? Where they got you staying, and that's a key point. Not where are you staying, where they got you staying, because that's already, it's like we're framing it that you don't get the good hotel. So they're where they got you staying. And again, with us and Rosillo, shout out to Elgin. We'll see you for the remote in Chicago. Chicago or Elgin? Because they're not the same. Anyway, so where they got you staying, then it's you go into the game. I texted Kyle. I'm like, I think there's this caveat to that, which is when are you leaving? Because the real ones get out of town before the game.
Yeah.
And then the last one is, hey, we got to get you on the pod. Those are the four conversations. And there's a lanyard. And I said to him, then there's the caveat of, well, it's the additional piece of you're eyeballing the lanyard because this is some guy that you should know, but they probably know your name. And so then you're an asshole because you don't know their name.
Oh, totally.
So you're eyeballing the lanyard. And then you get caught eyeballing the lanyard, which is not great. All part and parcel to Super Bowl week. Wandering around. Does Radio Row still exist?
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
They've done a lot better job with it.
Great.
I mean, remember Atlanta? I remember going to Radio Row. Like Cooley was still working with Sheehan here.
Buddy.
Went to meet them, and it was just a circus. I mean, it giant. I think it was in the convention center, and those things, that's as big as there is. There's like 7 of them. And I remember talking to him, and he's like, yeah, I think I got 3 more days. Like, what, is it Wednesday? And I'm like, dude, it was like noon on Wednesday, and we were just struggling to figure it out. And then Russell Wilson walked through with the cavalcade of the...
like the Sultan of Brunei. 27 dudes with earpieces in their ear. Secret Service style.
Yeah, I think we counted 21 in the entourage, and I'm like, this is
all right.
This is getting out of hand. Vegas was good, had it tight. You had to walk 4 miles, and Mandalay. And then what was last year?
Don't know, don't care.
Did we go?
I don't remember. Did we?
New Orleans.
Oh yeah. New Orleans. Did you go?
No.
New Orleans was great. Great setup because you could walk everywhere. San Francisco, you don't want to walk anywhere. For various reasons.
We'll be there for the Pro Bowl.
Hell yeah. We'll get together Tuesday night, but you're getting out of town. Right?
Yeah, I am. Is Drake Maye's shoulder hurt?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Looked good on that throw to Mac Hollins. When did it get hurt? In the second half?
Skipped some practice last week. I mean, it was last week. It wasn't a big deal. I don't know. It's Super Bowl week. We're gonna worry about these things. We're gonna try to figure it out. During the season, people wanted to say, oh, they wanted to discount Maye because he didn't play anybody good. Then they play 3 consecutive excellent defenses in the Chargers, the Texans, and the Broncos, and Maye's not fantastic and we're just discounting who he played against, this is another great defense that we're facing in the Super Bowl. So, I'm sure I'll have Patriots for the point plus the points. Just
money line, dude. Just take them.
They're going to win?
I think so.
Okay. That was a breaking news moment. Stanford Steve just told you very, very casually he likes the Patriots.
From recency bias alone, from what they look like compared to what the Seahawks look like in the championship game, I always go the opposite there. Then I look
zigzag.
What they played in. You were in New England. It was awful.
Not great.
Chargers game, not great. Last week,
snow globe.
Yeah. So the idea of they didn't have to show much. They didn't really use Trevion Henderson, who I think is a huge deal in this game because of his versatility catching the ball and running the football. I love their secondary way better than I like the Rams.
Well, that's true. The Rams secondary is not its strength.
And I just underdog mentality. Josh McDaniels, how many? It's got to be his 10th. Or no, he wasn't with the first two Belichick's. But I mean, they're not going to be afraid of any. Like, you want to know how to handle this? That staff knows how to do it. They got plenty of experience. I get the player. They'll get the players right. So yeah, I just look at the underdog mentality, the points, whatever. I think you used the phrase house money almost, or somebody used they're playing with house money, and then you did your thing about you never know. One of the best things you ever did, Steven Strasburg, when they shut him down.
Yeah,
and they got so lucky they got another chance. But like that idea of playing with house money, Super Bowl. Look at what happened with the Steelers. Ryan Clark told us he walked off the field. Aaron Rodgers just beat Mike Tomlin. This isn't the last time those guys are ever going to be in a Super Bowl.
Never got back.
That's the Fort Worth Super Bowl.
That's how long ago that was.
Wow. So yeah, I look at the Patriots secondary being. I don't think Smith and Jigba is going to be able to do what he did against the Rams. I do feel confident that Kubiak will let Sam handle things. And Patriots' run defense has been phenomenal. Watch out for those run blitzes because they got guys teeing off. So, yeah, give me the dog.
There you go. I concur. I don't know the value of Vrabel's experience in it because it was a lifetime ago as a player. But I do think that having that kind of fundamental knowledge of here's what the game is, here's all of the minutia associated with the game, how long it takes, how everything is different than what you're used to. When we go to those Monday night games and we come trotting out the little tiny desk, not the NPR tiny desk, the concert series, but we should do that. Do a little get kazoos and bang on little bongos and do a little NPR concert rather than halftime. My point is they bring us out. We do our little bit. We do 2 segments. By the time we walk off the field, like the second half's getting ready to start. Halftimes in the NFL are a blink of an eye. Kickers just, I think, walk back in the back, smoke a butt, and they're back out in the field instantly. Some of them don't even leave, I don't think.
Yeah, I think they take one drag.
Just one?
Oh, the butt. That's all they have time. They're back out there.
Well, Super Bowl is a little different. Album of the year, Bad Bunny. What songs are on it, Scott? Don't know. I don't know much about.
Do you know less about music or movies?
Music.
Oh.
I was looking at the rundown of the
Olivia Dean, dude.
I don't know what that means.
Best new artist.
Awesome.
Superstar.
What's she sing?
Man I Need. Catchy tune.
I'm going to check it out.
She's playing Friday night. Gonna miss her.
Why you? Oh, wait. We'll visit the Kyle Brandt. When are you getting out of here?
When am I? I'm going to LA Thursday morning.
You got stuff lined up?
Yeah.
I just want to warn the Manhattan Beach area Saturday night late post show.
We're gonna see how late you stay open.
We're interested. We're interested in that information. We need the good leads. We're coming. We're coming to visit you. No, I don't know anything about the Grammys. Anyway, or music or TV. But sports. I watch sports. So that's what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know that these Super Bowl halftimes take forever. Everything about the pregame. Chris Long, I remember telling us a couple years ago about just like dudes will explain it to you, but then you try to live it, and you've already gone through the psychological and physical emotions of like playing a game before the game's even played. Vrabel's able to give his guys every bit of that. Here's how this goes.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that's the reason they're going to win the game.
Neither
it's just,
am I.
I like the idea that he's done this, and I trust how he's going to go about things.
Exactly.
And I love McDonald. Love him.
What's not to love? I mean, when he was in Baltimore, they had historic defense, and he's been the architect in 2 years of this franchise getting back to this stage. This isn't to say they stink. It's just whatever value there is in what Vrabel knows. You've seen it this year. And I think that there'll be some value that's evident on Sunday in the game.
Can I add one more thing?
You can have as much to do whatever you want.
As maniacal as McDonald could get, another reason I like McDaniels is the idea with the run game and being able to use the quarterback in the run game. As we've seen, that's what Drake Maye has done. Sealed the game against Denver, had numerous runs. At the end of the half, was that against the Texans or the Chargers? He busted a long one.
I think both.
Yeah,
I mean, their one touchdown came after came after that fumble recovery, and he ran it in.
But just how I think Diggs is going to be a problem. Holland's back. You saw how Drake likes him. They got tight ends in that. Everybody's going to talk about Will Campbell struggling. He did have to look who he faced: Khalil Mack, Will Anderson, and all the Denver guys. That's a rough road. And yes, Seattle brings a lot to the table, but the Patriots will have a buttoned-up approach. I'm fully believe that, and I'll take my chances with that.
I feel similarly. I'm excited just either it's the beginning of another Patriot dynasty and everyone's just miserable at that thought, or it's Sam Darnold gets to be in the Disney World commercial.
Yeah.
That would be awesome if it happened. That guy's been through it, kept moving in a positive direction. That's one of the hardest things to overcome in that sport. Once they've decided that they being the league, once the league sort of decided, yeah, guys, that he's not that. Really hard to change that. Not narrative. Narrative's things that's said about you. Reality. Really hard to change that reality, and he has.
Belief in self.
That's such a powerful thing. No joke. Most powerful, I tell my kids all the time, confidence is the most powerful perfume you can spray on yourself, man. Masks a lot.
But you can't buy it.
Bang.
Earn it.
Bang! We're hitting you with fucking knowledge right now. It's all true.
That's some T-shirts right there.
Put it on there. Can't buy it. Earn it. I don't know if that would fit. Never underestimate the stupidity of people. My kids are in the car and the pod comes up. What's nuts up? I'm like, I don't know. Then Jack had to explain it to me. I'm like, all right, never underestimate the stupidity of people. Don't miss the radio road days. I just don't, that a whole chaos of that. It was just a very different time also.
I just remember being out in Scottsdale, and our show was 1 to 4 Eastern, so then it moved up. It was 10 to 1 local. And flying out there, I remember I was like, man, I don't know if that's going to be enough time if everybody's saying. Because that was Wizards game, then it was the Madden EA party.
Those were always great.
That was awesome. Lil Jon DJing. Nelly came out. Unbelievable night.
Old Scottsdale.
Yeah, Old Town. Then it got bigger and bigger and bigger as the week went on. And you're like, buddy, I can't handle it. I remember I left my wallet on the plane. Russillo and I flying out 2:30 flight Saturday. Perfect. Go out Friday night. I remember not being able to stay on the sidewalk walking home from Old Town. That was an experience. and Tarico's calling Suns game Friday. We get to the airport. He's like, come on, boys. Good to see you. Let's have one. I'm like, oh, no, Mike. I can't. I can't have one. Come on. There go 3 more tequilas. I remember landing at like 1 a.m. at Hartford. I go to parking, get my credit card. No wallet. Thank God Rosillo was behind me.
That's
all-timer.
That's a catastrophe.
Oh, it was snow on the ground, freezing out, hurting like 100 people. Oh, man. That was 11 or 10 years ago. Or 9. No, 9 was Houston.
It's longer than you think. Whatever the number of years you think it is, it's more. It always is. We'll be in San Francisco, though, Tuesday, Pro Bowl. Thank you, Joe Burrow, for playing. Helpful.
Setup looked pretty good.
I'm sure it's going to be fun. I'm curious what kind of a life expectancy this thing has. I mean, when it was in Hawaii, it was one thing. Then you go to Florida. All right, go to Disney. Family come for the parks on the weekend. Now it's midweek, the place where the game is. I don't.
Convention Center?
I don't know.
I feel like we missed the boat on that.
Hey, Scott, you're going to do the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. All right.
How long can I go for?
Now we got Tuesday Convention Center bit. But I'm all about whoever shows for it, who's healthy enough or motivated enough to make the trip, may celebrate the excellence of the season, the storylines, things of that nature. I'm all for it. I just don't know how much runway you got for an event that has become, it's shrinking from a game to now this type of game and midweek, etc.
Yeah, there's no pads. We've seen that. I mean, the old Sean Taylor hit, I think, set the tone for that, where it was like, all right, we're not going to be able to get guys on the same level here. And I do appreciate these guys that show up. I still, it's a fan experience.
100%.
And in Orlando, you saw, I mean, the loudness of kids screeching and yelling to see their guy or get a selfie with their guy is really cool to see in person. And then I look at a guy yesterday who they had to walk through yesterday, and Kittle's out there on a scooter. Did you see him?
Uh-huh.
And he said, he's like, I'm not missing this. He's like, how many more do I? Look at me right now. I'm not missing it. I got how many in you?
And that's the correct attitude. The attitude of gratitude, being appreciative of the fact that, man, we don't get a ton of these, and I'm here. Love that.
You don't have to have a helmet on. You're out there in T-shirt and shorts. You know, you're getting treated, you know, the red carpet's open all over for the whole week for these guys. And I just looking at that, I was looking at the rosters that our guy Parolin sent out. God, what a homework assignment that was. Shout out JP.
Yep. Printed those out last night, diving in and looking at, because
you got the highlighter?
I mean, you know me, I just scribble and then I can't read it. It's kind of counterproductive.
But it works.
If I write it, it's in my head somewhere. Yeah. The question is, can I find it when I need it? More often than I should be able to. But yeah, I thank you for saying that. Our guy Parolin, putting out
great
in-depth stats on the people that are coming.
So we're in.
Yeah, let's go.
You know, I said this to you the other night. Levy used to, when it was around, his Twitter bio was voice of the Bahamas Bowl. I think you should add
voice of the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
The last thing I added to my Twitter bio was A6.
Oh, you did? I
added A6. Shout out to the folks in Atlanta that were there that day and somehow made it out alive. So I'm in and out like the burger joint. You guys I know are going to have a big night Tuesday. That's exciting. Not me. Then we fly back to LA for the weekend.
You.
I am. It's an ambitious week. Hopefully we don't have any snow that incapacitates our area's ability to plow it, which here would be any amount. I got a lot of stuff written down here.
So do I.
Okay. I'm going to have to go rapid fire.
Go ahead.
I just want to say that the last 2 weekends, I've watched Illinois go to Purdue and then go to Nebraska and just say to the freshman, Keaton Wagler, all right, here, you get the pill, and we're going to spread the floor out with enormous Europeans, all of whom can pass, dribble, and shoot. That team could win a title.
Mm-hmm.
They impress me, man. They impress me. They play a beautiful brand of basketball to watch because the ball goes in the bucket, and they go into Lincoln and get a dub. That's after they went to Mackey last week and beat Purdue on the road. They're just fun to watch, and in this year of awesome freshmen, and I imagine we'll probably mention KU and what they did against BYU on Saturday. Here's this Wagler guy that wasn't thought of as any sort of five-star superstar. Whew. He gets whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. I've enjoyed watching Illinois. All I'm saying is Champagne Room, y'all got one. I know you only got one last box to check out there, and that's a crystal ball. Hard to do it, but that's a group that could. I really believe it.
Yeah, I got home. That was the one game I really wanted to hone in on this weekend. Went to see the Terps yesterday against Purdue. Get right game for Purdue. It's fine. They needed it. Lawyer didn't miss. And I wanted to get home on the couch for Illinois, Nebraska. Watch that first game where Nebraska stole one in the Champagne Room, and then you're listening to the broadcast, and that Wagler, he's the only guy Underwood has never seen in person, and he offered.
Yeah, I love that.
3-star.
I love that.
I just wonder what the selling point was. Like, hey, come to Champaign and play with the Croatian national team.
Sure.
Like, you're going to get open looks. We'll give you the ball. Those guys can stick it. I don't know how I was going through rosters this week, and there's no ages. I'm like, I want to know how old these guys are. Come on.
This is different than the Bediako thing we were talking about last week from Alabama, but it's kind of not. I mean, you got European professionals. This is just what we're allowed to do now, so sure. But he's skinny. I don't know how many whiskers he's got. I mean, reminds me of a young fresh-faced Van Pelt back in the day. Not a lot of chin whiskers. You know, still just so young.
Yeah.
So young. But just gifted, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so you said you wanted to watch it. I mean, was there something specific to the game that you wanted to mention?
Yeah, Nebraska people came after me after I did Field of 68, and I said Michigan wore them down. They said they didn't have their two best players, and I'm like,
That's what he's saying.
Just saying you weren't ready for it. So you
didn't have,
and now
everybody.
Mast was off the illness, didn't make a field goal until the last minute of the game. So. You know, pump Nebraska. You're the best fans in the world. Just relax. Embrace the journey. You got an unbelievable head coach, unbelievable team. You'll be fine. But with Illinois, you just saw the violation of the three-point line, the spacing that they provide. Those flying Illini navy blue unis were pretty sweet also. Very, very good uniform. But it was a game they wanted to have, and they wanted. I mean, you mentioned it. At Mackey.
He had 46.
At Pinnacle, you get 28? He didn't get 30, right? I think he ended
20-something.
24 in the second half, I believe.
There was a great shot of Underwood in front of the whiteboard in there because the place is the bank, and on the whiteboard in gigantic letters it says "Rob the fucking bank."
Yeah, I saw that.
They did.
So, and then late night, I was watching Iowa, who I really like. I don't know what that ceiling can get to.
Sturtz is one of my favorite players to watch play. He never changes expression. And he was like, whatever he was from the floor last night, I want to say it was like 12 for 14 or something. I don't even know.
Yeah, I want to say can you go to that?
Iowa.
Jack, Iowa.
Got to go Big Ten drop down. Sunday, Big Ten. There you go.
He had 32, and I believe he took 15 shots.
That's my point. Like whatever he was from the floor.
And I thought Don McClain, who I love calling games and get him on these West Coast games, 12 of 15, 32.
Never changes expressions.
4-4 from the line, no big deal.
Make your fouls. Make your fouls.
But that Big Ten tournament, everybody gets in. So
great.
I think you have to win 6. So he was just talking about, you got your top 4, which is you got to win 3 to win the title. If you get in the top 8. You get a bye to the quarters.
You should lose on purpose because if you win, the committee will not even acknowledge that you did it. Why waste your energy? Don't try to win. Look at Michigan and Wisconsin last year. Made no difference in the seeding. None. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt it.
But I just thought the idea where these teams are going to fall. Iowa's, I think, a damn good team, and they're 6-4 in the Big Ten. So plenty of ball, obviously, as we start February here. But that seed line for these conference tournaments, I get your point. I still love it because it's teams' last shots.
I love it too. I just hate that nobody includes it.
Yeah, they just tap out on like Friday.
The committee doesn't.
We're locked in the room.
Yeah, are you? So this grade, it's like a semester grade. Well, this is worth this percent. This is worth this percent. What if you get to this melee at the end and you are the last team standing?
Yeah.
How much of the percent of the grade is that? 0. Cool.
Yeah, and they play Saturday afternoon. I think it's still noon and 2. And then the final is at, 3:30 now on Sunday? Like, there's plenty of time to go through the scenarios.
Not enough time. Your grade's finished. God, that pisses me off.
Yeah.
Just a terrible, lazy job.
That is lazy. Don't be lazy.
Watched Flem and Farnham do the St. Mary's Gonzaga game. I love how much that game, how much is in that game, how much respect, how much physicality, just what that rivalry is. Gonzaga's been the kings of the WCC. We know that. Nobody's beaten them more often or been a more worthy adversary than St. Mary's. Nobody. And because college athletics are what they are, nothing stays the same. That's the end of that, which is a shame. I mean, if you love college hoop on a Saturday where the weather was pretty shitty all across the country, maybe you found yourself like me with the fire still going and watching some late night hoops. And Flem and Farnham are great. And they had another really good one to do. It's a shame that that one won't continue.
Yeah, I thought there's a lot that went in that those guys could get into the broadcast because they did a rejoin where they show those guys, what was it, 14 years ago? I think it was 2011, their first time. And shout out to those two guys for not aging at all. Our guy Flem is in that tier. I'm like, you ever going to gray hair, something? Farnham put together, specimen. But they talked about how Mark Few challenged the league way back when they started making a run. He's like, it's on the other teams to get better and challenge us. And Randy Bennett's the only guy that really took that to heart. And they started out not liking each other at all.
I think hate is probably a more apt description.
There was a lot of that. And then now, you see guys come through, Golden at Florida, played at St. Mary's. Kyle Smith at Stanford, he coached under Randy. Randy has a very I want to say belief in what he does and how he goes about. He's brought Europeans over, Australia, everywhere, New Zealand, whatever. And they found a way to do it. I've been to Moraga. That gym is awesome. That's the only show in town. And, Ike, who came back and has been at Gonzaga for 3 years now, told Farnham and Flem he hasn't beaten St. Mary's on his home court. I got to get this done. This is it.
And it was a second half game. I mean, St. Mary's had the lead in the second half.
And that's the St. Mary's to get the lead at half, I thought was a hell of an effort. But I thought Farnham made another great point, though. Like UCLA and Arizona, probably the best rivalry in college hoops out on the West Coast. They leave leagues. Arizona goes to Big 12. UCLA goes to the Big 10. They still agree to play. It's not the same. It's not the same. You don't have the conference standings. You don't have conference championship on the line. And I would guess that St. Mary's and Gonzaga are going to, do a home and home just to try and keep it, but it's not the same because not the same things are on the line. And they nailed that broadcast. I waited all day and night for that game, and it lived up to it. That place is really, really that good. If you've never been to that part, everybody talks about Seattle, the whole other side of the state. What Gonzaga has built in Spokane is unbelievable. And it's a credit to Fewey and those guys that have done it. So I don't know if they're as good as they've been.
Who?
Though, Gonzaga.
They're not. They don't have – they've had lottery picks through the years. They don't have one.
No.
They don't have a great player, in my opinion. They're not – they've got adults. They got old guys. They've got people that have been around for a while.
Yeah. Plenty dangerous.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying when I watch the teams, I think they've lost one game. It was to Michigan by 1 million. But you think of the team, like through the years, they had guys, first round pick guys. And
Suggs, Nemhard, like that's where I looked at the point guard and I'm like, it's not there, but Fuey still can get it. They don't score as easily as they have. That makes
that's true.
That?
But St. Mary's, I thought they were both so physical. I mean, Gonzaga, it's hard just Gonzaga. They put some pressure on them in the first half, and I felt like St. Mary's had like 3 straight 10 counts that none of them got called. They could barely get the ball across midcourt. This is super in the weeds. You had to have watched it. But anyway, just a cool acknowledgement of a great rivalry that the cost of doing business these days is that some of these things are going to go away.
While we're on that WCC thing, like watching St. Louis and Miami of Ohio, they're in that league.
Right.
I believe those teams are that good. Like when we're talking about Gonzaga, I'm mentioning St. Louis. They're legit, man.
They score easily.
Yeah.
That's a team. And Miami of Ohio scores a ton of points as well. If you want to nitpick Miami of Ohio's sort of strength of schedule, I understand it.
Understood.
They haven't beaten anybody. You're right. But their coach Steele said, we try to get some games no one would play us. So that's part of it. But just watch them play. They score easy. The ball goes in the bucket. And I'll promise you, whatever the Billikens are on the seed line, whoever plays them.
Oh.
When it's however many Saturdays from now in March and you're here, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and someone's going to see St. Louis's name opposite theirs, you're going to see a bunch of people go, crap.
Mm-hmm. And like Miami of Ohio, if they go to the MAC, which is a good league, has a success in the NCAA tournament, whether you got Akron or Ohio, any of them, Kent State, hopefully, one of these days for Windhorst. If they get beat in the conference semis and that's their only loss, they better get in.
I agree with that.
They better get in. And now we're in February.
And by the way, like a team like Akron, you watch like Gross's team, they could beat them.
Absolutely.
And there are a number of teams that conference play, anything could happen. I'm totally with you.
They better get in. And it's February now. I've not read one Lenardi email. I will start. So, Joe, we're coming for you.
St. Louis, I hate to say it this way, but like enjoy shirts while you got them because, you guys know how this works, right?
Because see him with the belt in the locker room?
A lot to like there. I mean, some big boys are going to be coming for him.
Yeah.
That's just how kind of
big.
I would say so. And that style, I mean, the brand they play is fun, but you told me this? What was his line about the portal? They went 6 for 6 in the portal.
Yeah, he went 6 for 6. He said, just look at the numbers and chart it and what you do. Like, was that a positive? Each guy is a plus or minus. He had 6 pluses.
And that's hard to do.
Oh.
That's really hard to do. Speaking of that, I want to mention a team that I watched early in the window Saturday. Shout to Johnny Dawkins and UCF.
Heck yeah.
That's a team that does not have a monster NIL bank account. They watch their best players. Hall is now Auburn's leading scorer. Mm-hmm. They lost him last year. A number of players. They lost a talented player to Cincinnati. They don't have big budgets to spend cash on. They beat Kansas on their floor. They beat Texas Tech on their floor. And all I'd say is just when you watch them play, does that look like a team you go, that's a tournament team? UCF is.
In that league?
Charge on, shout to Church Street, all that stuff. They took it on the chin once. I think Iowa State beat them by a zillion. But you're allowed to get blitzed in that league. You're gonna. Travel's freaking insane. But just watching them the other day, they were able to withstand the run that you knew was coming from the Red Raiders because that squad isn't going to stop.
Mm-mm.
Well, neither did UCF. Yeah. I was impressed by that.
Yeah. And then I think in that league, we saw why you believe
Peterson along
with that building. I mean, that first half was insanity. They didn't miss.
No, and I've watched them this year where I thought they looked really, really ordinary. They being Kansas.
Yep.
Couldn't make shots. And when you have, I think, the number one pick in the draft available, and it's been a weird year because Peterson's had hamstring issues. And even in this game against BYU, where they jumped him by 30 at the half, and he's cramping, I guess, and didn't play a lot in the second half, he changes the calculus drastically.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no better building in basketball than Fog Allen. We've said it forever. You've been there. You've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Duke, folks, you know what I've said. Your place is insane. Insane. Fog Allen's just your place times 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's if as great as Cameron is, Fog Allen's just much, much bigger. And I don't know if desperate's the right word, but I mean, they've lost some games, and BYU comes in, and it's like, oh, we got Debonsa, and they put the clamps on him early. He didn't get a lot of points early. I give him credit. He was patient. He ended up getting his in the end. But, I mean, if that's KU's ceiling, that's a different team than I thought existed.
Yeah, you saw the whole thing, and I thought Self talking afterwards made a good point. Like, when he watches all these teams in the league, he knows what they are, whereas Kansas with Peterson can still get to a whole new level because he hasn't played.
Yeah.
You know? And when you see the first half, I mean, 3 balls, dishing, the dunk, like and defensively, 3 steals, like getting breakaways, creating, like that's where Kansas, when I think of them, they have versatility defensively. I thought Badunga was great. Started on Debonsa, got a early foul. He took him off him, and then he got him back. But like the versatility of that defense, the council guy could score. It's unconventional how he goes about it. But you got Tiller making, 3 threes. Peterson made 3 in the first half. Trey White made 2. They went 9 of 11 from 3 in the first half. They'll beat anybody in the country if they do that.
Sure. I mean, you know that's not sustainable. That's how a 30-point lead shrunk to 4 late. I mean, it got little scary hours there late for KU, but they ended up getting there by 8.
It was just good to see. I've talked. I'm like, is Peterson still? I've said it. I'm like, is he really number one guy according to these NBA? And
watch him. Watch how everything looks slow to him. He's not in a rush. He gets what he wants easily. No frantic bullshit. 19 dribbles through the legs and a 6-step back. He didn't do that. Not his game.
Mm-mm.
He's like that. You saw it the other day. And it wasn't even a great week, like heavyweight matchup. We've got that next Saturday, which is why we'll be doing a show from LA following Houston.
BYU?
I think.
Hold.
I was hoping it was Arizona.
I think.
Could it be Houston, Arizona?
Right. Houston, BYU.
That's fine.
Illinois, Michigan State that day.
Give it to me. Who's Arizona play?
Oklahoma State.
It seems like they should probably be able to get that
Duke,
one.
Carolina.
There you go.
New rankings aren't out yet, so this will change. But we got the MAC Sunbelt Challenge. Miami O going against Marshall. Watch out.
Okay. Circle that one, everybody.
Florida at first place A&M.
Buckyball, man. Give them credit.
Wow.
That's really eye-opening.
I was at
went
kids'
to
games.
Went to Athens and got a dub. I mean, they jumped them early, had a big lead.
Yeah.
That's impressive, man. That's impressive.
Did you watch Florida-Bama yesterday?
I did.
Didn't they win it?
Again? Yes.
I'm with you.
Their record's not great.
They played everybody.
That's exactly right. Chenyolu is like
love him.
He is an adult, and he is a absolute load. And they've got size, and the way they play, they just keep coming. Yes, they can. Absolutely, they can.
Agreed.
And I have any other college hoop stuff?
Virginia Tech, last 6 minutes.
Really don't need to discuss that. I think they didn't score a basket. It was a 6-point game. They ended up losing by 14. That was significant to some.
Yeah.
significant to some. Were you guys? Do we have any hoop updates that you want to share?
We went 2-0 Saturday.
All right, there we go.
And then we got our lunch handed to us last night.
That's okay. You either win or you learn. So we learned.
Productive day. I was just happy. Shout out Pat the Rock, Gaithersburg. That's where we're playing out of. And with all these school closures this weekend,
no gyms.
Pat the Rock said, "Come on in. We'll do the tournament at our place." And we had teams from Columbia. I'm not sure of all the towns. Like close to Baltimore came down.
Out by Groton.
Sort of, I guess. But it was great. Successful day. Put the ball in the basket. Got to work on our free throw shooting.
That's okay. It's about routine, Steve. Let's get a routine. Let's find the nail. Let's go 3 dribbles, bend the knees, fire.
And yeah,
that's it.
We got to get there. But yeah, productive. Good to get out of the house. So we're good. We're good on that front. What else? All-star Jalen Duren was a guest with us after Detroit beat Golden State the other night. And I just think it's cool. We're talking earlier about Pro Bowl and trying to figure out like what are all-star games anymore. I mean, it's like baseball is really the only one left. It's like the game is still the same. I just love the fact that here's a dude who's you've heard me say this for years. We worked together a long time. He's an all cake, no icing guy, all substance, not a lot of extra bullshit, man. And when he came on, I asked, when I said, you got Cade going during his interview saying you should be an all-star, and you see the smile on his face. And he just talked about the work and how it would be validating for the work to be recognized. And it is. And he's an all-star. And I just think that's great. I love that someone in a time where guys can't be bothered to want to be in shooting competitions or the dunk contest or whatever. Here's a guy who's like, yeah, it'd be great to be an all-star. And he is. And I get that there's teams, I think maybe Karl Anthony Towns wasn't one. Maybe that there was some like. I think that was the comp.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, I'm just telling you, I'm happy for a guy whose evolution is part of a team that a couple of years ago, I was curious. They're 35-12, the Pistons.
Now.
Yeah. 35-12. A couple of years ago, through 47 games, they were 6-41. 6-41. Now they're 35-12. That's 2 years later. And here's a guy that's a big part of why. Cade Cunningham was a number 1 overall pick. He is a number 1 overall pick. Looks like a number 1 overall pick. Plays like a number 1 overall pick. There's a gravitational pull to that guy that says, I am that guy. But teams don't ascend singularly. And seeing a guy like Duren, who again was a guest with us the other night on SportsCenter, I just keep thinking of that smile on a very serious dude's face about what it would mean, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, man's man. The way he plays. Came in as a rookie. They had a weird roster when you go back and look at that 6-4. They had all these bigs, but he played. And just the way he goes about it, it feels like those guys are kind of getting pushed out a little bit. Just your hardworking, your offensive rebound guys. Not a shooter, not going to spend time outside the arc. But
not a stretch this. No, he's an 18-10 on a nightly basis man.
Correct.
That's what he is.
Correct. So I believe they can win the East. I really do. Like everybody's going to talk about Tatum if he's coming back. The Knicks looked great last night against the Lakers. Who else is up there?
Toronto, surprisingly.
Toronto's having a great year. Cleveland, not what they were. Embiid had 40 the other night, but I said last week, the Celtics were the favorite. I would take a shot with Detroit. Speaking of the Knicks last night, I'd love this idea if NBC is going to do this Sunday night doubleheaders. We need something on Sunday nights. And the Knicks Lakers to kick it off, and then getting Joker against OKC, and OKC saying, all right, you got your guy back. Okay. And the waves they could just hit you with. Casey Wallace last night, I think, had a career night.
They impressed the heck out of me, but it doesn't surprise me, Steve, because after we got a chance to be face-to-face with those guys for the balance of that finals run. That's just what that organization is. From Presti, Dagnall, throughout that whole group, they're just about process. There's no bullshit. You win a title and don't have any hangover. Instead, you just continue to steamroll people.
Yeah, they don't even have J-Dub.
I understand.
Like,
that's just this is where building an organization the way they talk about it, where they value the human and the makeup of the human as much as are they a great player, and finding the players that when we don't have one of our main components, well, somebody else can step forward and find a new role that they excel in.
Yeah, I love the way Hartenstein attempts to play against Jokic too. You need some kind of size and relentlessness that's just going to keep going at him. You know you're going to get shown up, but you just got to stay with it.
And that's the key point. Don't be embarrassed that you're going to get embarrassed.
Yeah.
Just have an appetite to go, okay, I'm going to get got.
Yep.
Jared Allen, when he would come on, remember when he came on with me to talk about because he gets dunked on more than anybody. And his line was, man, I'm going to do it because I either block the shot and you're going to put it on your show, or I'm going to get dunked on, you're going to put it on the show. But he's not afraid to jump with people.
Yep.
Well, that's a great point about Hartenstein and being willing to go head to head with an absolute buzzsaw and know that you might
the buzzsaw
might lose a finger or two in the process. Fine, bandage me up and I'll keep battling.
Yep.
That's that organization's DNA, man.
Yeah.
That's we saw it up close, and I got to say to Presti and Dagnall both, man, fellas, sorry, I thought you guys didn't know what the hell you were doing. You guys were playing chess, literally. You guys had the plan. You saw 9 moves ahead, and 25 was their parade.
Yeah.
Well, now what are they? 39 and 11?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, that was impressive last night because Denver was ready to pop.
Well, we got our guy back. Sat for 16. Now we're here. All right, here we go. They're like, yeah? Let us know when you got a good grip. Right?
No doubt.
All right. I want to shout out, maybe I consider myself best.
Oh.
Carlos Alcaraz finishes off the slam, beats Djokovic, but Djokovic beats Sinner to get to the final, and he didn't say, I'm done, but he kind of did. When Novak thanked them he said, I have to give you the gratitude because you pushed me far, and he said, who's to say what comes tomorrow, let alone a year from now. But at 38 years old, I said it on SportsCenter, and I want to say it here. I have so much respect and am in awe of that guy's competitive appetite to be able to fight, to be able to beat Sinner in 5 sets, and you lose 7-5 in the 4th set to Alcaraz after he took the first. You know, he's trying to get that 25th, but I mean, maybe 24 is the ceiling. I just salute to the new guy. Who knows how many Alcaraz will get? He's spectacular because he's got that same relentless fire, but he's 20, whatever he is. I just love the Djokovic. They say you die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. I feel like the villains live long enough to become the hero in the eyes of people. He wasn't always the favorite. People always rooted for Rafa.
Yeah.
They always rooted for Roger. I get it. And now they probably root for Alcaraz. But somewhere along the way, people are like, you know what? Djokovic is fucking great.
Yeah. I never thought I would say it when we're watching this Roger run. I mean, I could even go back. Sampras, what he did, he was the first, he had the record, and here comes Roger, and it's Rafa. And I just can't get over the mindset of him to be able to come up through the middle of those 2 runs and know that you're not going to be anyone's favorite. And you do it. Like, you go through those 2 guys and you're still standing here. And it's just, the mindset of, like you said, the villain or the hero, like feels like he's been both multiple times in his career, you know?
I guess I just think that when Fed's on the other side, you're like, well, no one's rooting for me.
Yeah.
And Rafa was the same type of thing. The bull, the fight, the energy, the passion. And then now it's Alcaraz, who's the next great Spaniard. And he's the young star. He's the young bull. But at 38, as he said, when this tournament began, I didn't know I'd be here at this closing ceremony. And I just think it's cool. I remember when Fed won there again late in his career, and I remember just the wall of sound. And it was amazing. Amazing. Because it's kind of like Tiger in 19 at Augusta. You know, when you know we're getting down to it.
Oh, yeah.
Right? This might be our last one, our last chance to cheer this champion as a champion. And it sounds different. And I felt like Djokovic got a ton of love that was very worthy. And I'm just glad he gave it back to them and just said, if we don't see each other again, basically, like, I love you guys.
Yeah, I didn't see the encore interview after the final, but after he beat Sinner in the semi, he addressed the crowd and he said, you know, we've had battles here. And he said tonight was best that he ever played in that arena. And
he's won. I want to say he's a 5-time winner there.
Yeah. And going back before that, staying up and watching Alcaraz, you could feel like Zverev is giving it everything he can. Alcaraz has got like a cramp issue, and he's up two sets to nothing, and Zverev comes all the way back. But you still, when Alcaraz was able to hold him off, you felt the whole crowd was with Alcaraz. And then knowing what Joker was doing after that, and then to know what he had to do, like he had to go up the first set, he got that, and Alcaraz is like the Tasmanian devil, man. He just never stops. You think you got him, like against Zverev, he's on one leg, just buying time to get rehydrated and stuff, and it's like I can't kill him.
Nope, you can't. Now he's won the slam, the career slam, so the latest to join the group. But Djokovic was asked earlier in the tournament about, you were chasing Roger and Rafa, now you're chasing Sinner and Alcaraz, and Djokovic said it felt like it was a disrespectful question. He's like, you're missing the 15 years where I caught him and won more than anyone. And I get why Djokovic said that. I took the question more to mean just respect that you're still able to do it at this age when Roger and Rafa are no longer competing, and you're still not just out there ceremonially knocking the ball around. No. You're in the final after you beat the two Sinner, and you take the first set from Alcaraz. Massive respect to that dude. Just a competitive appetite that's really, really rare, and needs to be saluted as we see it. I got to go. What other things do you have?
We'll table it.
Table it?
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a tease.
No, it's more pertaining to you.
I got time.
All right. We're flying to San Francisco.
We are.
Are you packed?
No. I don't have to pack. I mean, I'm going and then I'm turning around and coming back on a red eye. There's nothing to pack. I don't need to bring toothpaste. Although you always got to have a toothbrush in the backpack in case something happens.
Bingo. Multiple. Are you bringing a device beside your phone?
Like charger. What other devices are there?
An iPad?
No.
Watch something?
Oh, because it's a long flight?
Yeah.
I'll play like a video game or something.
Oh, you love that game.
The baseball game?
You're addicted.
Yeah.
I'd love to see how many they track innings played. You are an inning guzzler.
What's my record? I've won a league, and so my children played the game, and I'm like, let me see that.
Oh, blame it on your kids.
They put it on my phone, and then now, what's my record? I'm 55-18. Suck it.
In like 3 weeks.
No, it's like a couple days. No, I've actually I'm not bringing any devices to watch anything.
There's so much good stuff. The new
Landman.
No.
What?
1980. Because they have all the guys. Miracle.
Oh, is it good?
Oh,
I bet it is.
I think I cried for the last 25 minutes. Herb Brooks, man. What a machine. That guy. I can't get enough of it. It's called also, there's also a 49ers documentary coming out, and it goes through.
So what's the Miracle on Ice one called? 1980?
Yeah, I think it's the men of 1980 or something, like the boys in 1980, something like. It's on Netflix. It's hour 40. It's nonstop. But I always felt like, I was 3 then, but the idea of Eruzione is the face of it, right? But you get the whole spiel, and the movie Miracle is way more. There it is, the boys of 80. It is unbelievable how good it is, because whoever. That's my other question. Like, I guess I can remember like an uncle around Christmas having the camcorder, but like this is 1980. There weren't camcorder. Like, who had all this video and footage?
I don't know.
Like, it's amazing to me where they could pull it up. Like the practice video, they talk about being in Sweden, and the again scene from Miracle. Like, it's real. He skated him for an hour and a half after a game, and they were blowing chunks, and they had a game the next day. But just the idea of the Minnesota guys and her being a Minnesota guy, and then the Boston guys, and how they did not like each other, but he knew they had to have that and have that. They played 60 games in like over a year time and then he talks about having to cut a guy because he was the last cut from the 1960 team. Like, it is, and then the whole thing is the Russians.
Yeah, and by the way, that wasn't the gold medal game.
No
one remembers.
But what you find out is how fascinated he was. Like, whenever Russia came over, he would try and go get eyes on him because he wanted to know what they were doing. Everybody talked about Canada, and they talk about the idea of the person with the puck is in charge, and that's how they did it. Soviets were totally different. It was about seeing shit ahead. But I'm telling you, you got a Netflix account. Download it. I'm going to watch it again.
You know what?
On the plane.
I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to watch it. How long is it?
Hour 40.
Oh, that's easy. I'm in. I'm out.
It's so good.
All right. I'm in. I'm watching it tonight. I told the story before, I think on radio, maybe here.
So you're not going to watch anything on the plane tomorrow?
No, I'm just going to sit and stare at you. Uncomfortable stare. I've told the story about back in the day. This is 1980. There's no internet. But I had a number to the Washington Post sports desk, which is a whole other story. Like the Washington Post sports desk is legendary. What are we doing? But I had a number, and you could call it, and they could give you scores. Like, you could call and go, "Hey, do you have a score of a such and such game?" It was 80. I wasn't gambling at the time, but I mean, maybe there was a score I wanted to know the result of. And this is on tape delay, and we knew it was on tape delay. Because, again, 1980, you could show a game in the States on tape delay. And I called the Post Sports Desk, and I said, "Can you tell me who won the American-Russia hockey game?" And the guy says,
Kornheiser picked up?
No, it was just, they just post sports. I was like, "Yeah." He said, "Do you want me to tell you?" And I said, "Yeah, who won the game?" And he goes, "They did it, kid. They did it. They beat the Russians." I swear to God. He goes, "They did it. I'll never forget it."
How old were you?
13.
Holy cow.
He goes, "They did it, kid. They beat them." And I went running down. I'll never forget this. I was watching at my grandpa's house. And I go running down out to remember I told the story about the Christmas room? Like the room where the Christmas happened? That was the room where the TV was at my grandparents' house. And my grandpa's sitting, God, this is awesome. I'm getting goosebumps because I remember vividly my grandpa's chair and the ottoman where he sat. And I ran down. I said, "Do you want to know who wins?" He goes, "No, don't tell me." 3 seconds later, "Do we win?" And I'm like, "They win." He goes, "No." I said, "I called the Post." And at that point, it was before like the Eruzione, like before any of that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I want to say it was like a tie game at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Then they scored. I'm like, they must win. And they did.
It's so good.
All right, I'll watch and then I'll give you a report
They
tomorrow.
talk about how long it takes while they're holding the lead.
That must have been the longest.
It's unbelievable stories.
How do we make this clock get to zeros?
And what was great was the guys talking about when they first came out for the first game of the tournament. There was they show the crowd. There's
12 people,
maybe 100, and one of the guys is like, my dream was to play for the Olympic team, and when I skated out on the ice, she's like, I kind of thought it was going to be a lot better than this, but I think that was Sweden. They tie, and then no, it's I'm telling you, have a box of tissues because it's the Herb Brooks stuff is unbelievable. How maniacal that guy was.
Well, it worked.
Oh,
you're a forever team, forever and ever.
Speeches, guys remembering them. Oh my God,
the boys of '80. All right, we'll see you for the Pro Bowl Tuesday.
Hell yeah,
we'll be back here a week from today.
On fumes.
Daisy fresh off a red eye.
Mm.
It's fine. We'll figure it out. Talk Super Bowl. Tell me some more Netflix stuff.
One more real quick thing.
Of course.
The fucking groundhog.
6 more weeks, dude.
Does anybody do that research? What are the analytics on that? Every year of my life, he's seen a shadow. I can't remember one year. It's like, hey, you know what? Spring's going to be here next week. Never.
You understand it's just a fucking animal. It's a rodent.
It's the dumbest fucking thing in the world.
It's not real.
I'm complaining about it.
It's not real.
I understand.
It's fake.
It's dumb.
Okay.
But if it's fake, just lie one time. We got people without power all over the place. Be like, you know what? Spring's around the corner.
Why would you
Farmer's Almanac.
Why would you want to lie to those people?
Because you lie this for every year of my life saying that the winter's going to be longer.
Would you rather be the guy in the Would you rather be the guy in the tuxedo that holds up the rodent or a carnival clown? Full face makeup, traveling with not a good fair, like a shitty fair where people die on rides.
The guy that holds Punxsutawney Phil, because I would shake the shit out of that thing. I wouldn't harm it. I'd just shake the shit out.
Oh, no, he didn't hurt it. Just an enormous man going, I hate you, you darn. That's great. Hey, how come we're not doing Groundhog Day anymore? Stanford Steve put on a tuxedo and he killed it.
No.
Said he was just going to shake it just to show it, teach it a thing or two.
Yeah.
And it got a coma and died. Snapped his spinal column.
He doesn't have a spinal cord.
You're right. It's just
Look at that thing.
It's just a furry beanbag.
Ugh.
Steve, it isn't real. You could just...
I understand. Just lie.
Okay, Steve, guess what? Spring's right around the corner.
Perfect. Now I feel better.
See how easy that is?
Give me sunshine.
Imminent. Spring is imminent.
I thought I saw 35 today. That's going to feel like 60.
Nude. Just out sunbathing in the street.
Still ain't going to melt anything.
That's a fact.
And everybody just hangs around like it's just going to disappear.
Keep the faith, bud. They'll be in school back.
I'm in.
The good news is they'll be in school through July. Getting caught up on their lessons.
At Disney. Oh, we got homework, kids.
All right.
I'll be in the pool.
People in Punxsutawney, he's not really going to come kill your animal.
No, you're going to get me in trouble with PETA now.
He doesn't mean it. It's just
just
having a laugh.
That's it.
Lie. Okay, we'll see you next Monday.
Stay in the fight.